Basketball, a game of giants. When he had to, he knew all the tricks.
Nobody can pass that ball through the heart of the six. You want to put on a show here.
Let's take a look. Have you seen what's your thoughts on the city jerseys, these city uniforms for LA? You like them or you not feeling this?
Oh, they're all right. Like if I did a 1 to 10 or 1 through 10, I'd probably give them like a 4 or 5.
Really?
Yeah, not a huge fan. I used to like when they first came out. I think it was with the black ones. Those were fire. But like it seems like every year that the city jersey has just kind of gone. I don't know. The city's jerseys aren't just as cool as they used to be. I'd probably give it a 4 or 5. I used to really like them, but it feels like they're running out of ideas lately.
Man, 4 or 5. He's a hard bargain. I feel you. I didn't like it when I first seen the prototype without it being on an actual player, but it has grown on me. I think it's going to be dope, and they've actually changed the actual arena as well for. I don't know if it's for the tournament or it's for the city games, but it's going to be kind of coincided as far as the color coding. So it's going to be fly.
I think it does look better with the numbers. Like when they first showed it, it didn't show any numbers, and I thought that was kind of dumb. But it does look better with the numbers, to be honest with you.
No doubt, no doubt. Oh man! So what else is going on? Not too much. We are going to talk about Bronny James a little bit later on here on Lakers land. Right now, he has the lowest plus minus of all the preseason players at a -40. Have you had a chance to watch Bronny play so far this preseason?
I have, and I actually did a video recently on Bronny. I think it was on Thursday, I want to say, but I think he's going to be good. He's just not ready right now. I thought they rushed him. Again, I've always said that he should have stayed in college one more year. Went to a place that was better suited for him. I don't think USC was the right spot for him. After that health scare, it seemed like he was rushed, and then he didn't do a lot in college because again he had the health scare. And then I think he should have stayed either one more year and transferred to a school where he could be the guy and basically prove to everybody that he's worth the first round pick. And the Lakers probably could have got him in the mid to late first round last year,
regardless.
If they're in like anywhere between 17 and 22 again, or I think it was 16 or 17 last year, I think they still could have got him. I just don't think he's ready yet. And I don't think he's going to play in the G League, but I think he needs some time to develop. I did hear though, according to Shams, he's going to be ready for their opener against the T-Wolves, but I don't think he's ready.
Can you blame LeBron James and the family for kind of expediting this process? I mean, when you go back and Bronny James, when he faced that heart scare, it seemed like LeBron and the camp internally made the decision that they were going to keep, Bronny close to them. It seems like one of the reasons why they opted not to do another year in college. They figured that his rehab and just getting better would be better for him if he was close to the actual circle of the James. Do you blame LeBron for that as a father?
I don't blame him for that. I understand. Like you said, the health scare that he had was really serious. And I think there was at one time thought that he wouldn't play again or something like that. And that was really scary. So I understand on that part, but, and I understand too, again, he wants to have him close. He wants to be there. And like I said, LeBron's still got 3, 4, maybe 5 years left with what he showed last year. But I don't know. I think you want him to be close, but maybe just having a college where he's close. I don't know where else besides USC or UCLA is close to where LeBron is at, but I think maybe somewhere in Cali where just not as much pressure, but still good enough for him to succeed. But again, I don't blame him. I understand what he had to deal with, but I don't know. I just think that they're rushing him. But again, I don't blame LeBron.
I think everything you said is kind of spot on when you think about it. It is a risk, but possibly, especially since they got him in the second round this season, the Lakers probably could have wound up still getting Bronny James in the next draft. I also agree. I don't feel like, even though it was a small sample size that Bronny James played in USC, I don't feel like they played him right. I think if he would have went to another school, we would have gotten a better resume of play on film from what Bronny James would be able to do. But, we had the feel-good story of trying to get father and son. But this is not LeBron's last season, I don't believe. He said he was locked in for at least 2. So all of this really could have played out possibly next year. When you look at LeBron's resume right here, JJ, with the 6 seasons with the Los Angeles Lakers, there's a lot of Laker fans, JJ, that does not like LeBron. And they want LeBron out of here. A lot of people feel like LeBron is holding this team back from success. When you look at his resume, 27, 8-8 on 72% shooting with the Lakers. He's a 6-time All-Star with this team, 6-time All-NBA. He won a championship, Finals MVP, and an assist title. This is, mind you, in years 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21, entering year 22. Does LeBron... has he earned something special with the Lakers, like a jersey retirement or maybe even a statue with the Lakers, with this resume that we're looking at?
Well, it's crazy to think that he's already been with the Lakers for 6 years. I remember when he first signed with LA back in 2018. It's kind of surprising how long it's been. But, yeah, I think what he's done is amazing. He won a title. That was his goal. I know a lot of Lakers fans necessarily. There are some Laker fans, I don't know about a lot, but there are some Laker fans that don't like LeBron because they were huge Kobe fans, right? And some of them think that Kobe was better. I disagree. But what he's done is amazing because, again, with the Lakers, it's title or bust. Yeah, he's been there for 6 years. Yes, he's only won 1 title, but to win a title is very, very, very hard. We've had 6 different winners in the last 6 years, which is crazy.
Yep.
I don't think he gets a statue. The jersey, maybe, because, again, he did win a title. He was the Finals MVP. He's been in MVP conversation almost like probably 4 of those 6 years where he could have won the MVP. I think he's more closer to a jersey retirement than a statue.
Okay.
But
Gotcha.
He's definitely up there in the Lakers just because he's been there for so long and because he's pretty much seeing nothing but success, except for maybe the first year, but there was a lot of injuries and that team just wasn't ready. But I would say he's closer to a jersey retirement.
Including his injury, because remember, he had that groin injury in that first season that he was out, so that cut it short. Justo in the live chat says Anthony Davis and LeBron was the best thing that happened to the Lakers after Kobe had retired, and that's an absolute fact. And I'm gonna keep saying it. I don't believe Anthony Davis would even be in a Lakers uniform if it wasn't for LeBron James. So I'll be crediting LeBron in a sense for help bringing in the future, establishing the cornerstone for the Lakers once he's gone in Anthony Davis. Now, who knows how long AD is going to want to be in LA without LeBron, but at least, that's LeBron's doing, putting that in position. The Lakers tried to trade for Anthony Davis one time before, and they wasn't able to get the deal done.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think we need to put a lot of respect on LeBron James' name, but, Laker fans, for some reason, they be feeling threatened. You brought up Kobe Bryant's name, but when I look at this body of work in the Lakers uniform, something has to happen to me. Jersey, statue, something, because the Lakers was irrelevant. I know that this is a team that's relevant always when we, just like the Cowboys in the media, but as far as winning, they was nothing after Kobe left. They were nothing. Like, LeBron James really breathed life back into this organization.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean, Anthony Davis, he wouldn't have gone to the Lakers if LeBron wasn't there. And I think after 2013, from like 2013 to 2018, the Lakers were not good because they sacrificed all for Dwight Howard and Steve Nash. That was a while ago. But yeah, I mean, if LeBron doesn't go to the Lakers and stays in Cleveland or somewhere else, Anthony Davis doesn't go to the Lakers. He probably either stays with the Pelicans or maybe goes to the Bulls. But they won a title too, so pretty much they've done what they needed to do. I mean, most organizations would kill for a title. So
now, JJ, what do you think about this comment from Justo in the live chat? He said, "Yeah, it wouldn't look right with a LeBron statue in LA. He would love to see a LeBron statue in Cleveland. Where would LeBron, if he was to get a statue, which one of the 3 destinations does he deserve to have the statue? Cleveland, Miami, or Los Angeles?"
I think it's easily Cleveland. He got him a title, came back from a 3-1 deficit to beat the Warriors. Probably one of the before the Kevin Durant, that team was almost unstoppable. No one could beat him. I mean, even Miami too. I think we forget how good Miami he was. He won 2 MVPs, won 2 titles. All they saw was success. Went to 4 championships. Even though they lost 2, they still won 2. Yep. But I think it's Cleveland easily because again, Cleveland was not relevant until LeBron went to the Cavs. I mean, but
well, let me ask you this, JJ, because you referenced 2016, the comeback win for against Golden State. What if that never happened though? Does LeBron, his body of work in Cleveland without 2016, does it still warrant a statue, or that's the deciding factor for you as far as Cleveland goes?
Man, it's tough. It's tough to see a world where the Cavs don't come back from a 3-1 deficit. What LeBron and Kyrie did was incredible. I think Game 5 they combined for 80 points, which was more than
they both
50%.
had 40, 41. Yep.
Crazy. He did lead them to 5 title games from 2015 to 2018, and of course he had him in 2007 when that team had no chance.
No chance, right?
That team was trash.
Going against 4 Hall of Famers, really.
Yeah, the Spurs pretty much dominated that series. I don't know, man. Maybe Miami would be the best spot if he doesn't come back from 3-1, because he did win 2 titles with the Heat.
Back to back, he got an MVP. Well, he got an MVP in both Cleveland and Miami for the season.
Yeah, he got 2 back to back. He was the best player in Miami, and then toward the end of his Cleveland days, he was the best player. Man, maybe Miami if he doesn't come back from that 3-1 deficit, because at that time, no one had ever in NBA history had ever come back from a 3-1 deficit. So maybe Miami, just because he got him those 2 titles, and the Heat instantly became contenders, because before LeBron, they were a team that would make the playoffs but get beat in the first or second round. So maybe Miami over Cleveland if he doesn't come back from 3-1.
Lakers land, what y'all think about this? Justo, you let me know as well as in the live chat. Without 2016, would LeBron James still warrant a statue in Cleveland? I feel like he would. I feel like the organization that we're talking about never had a history of success, never really had a real history of relevance. Even in their best days with Mark Price, Brad Daugherty, Larry Nance, and those guys, they always ran into Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls. So, they were never, ever able to really turn it up. LeBron, from kind of day one, set somewhat of a tone for relevancy in Cleveland. And like, JJ mentioned, within his first 4 years, he took the team to the finals. And, he's been that guy, or one of the best players in the league ever since. And I think the first stint, even though he didn't win anything, came up short. Just what he was able to do, the win versus the Detroit Pistons, eliminating them. There's so many things he was able to do in that first stint. Cleveland don't have a lot to hang their hat on as far as champions and winners and stuff like that with the Cavs go. So I think his first stint warranted him a statue anyway, because it's Cleveland. If it was another major marketplace like New York, LA, we could maybe talk about it. But I think because it's Cleveland, I think LeBron definitely deserves a statue even without 2016.
Yeah, I mean, that's understandable. I mean, when you talked about he took down the Pistons, when he beat the Pistons in 2007, I think they went to one more conference finals, but that was pretty much it with the Pistons, because they pretty much disbanded after that, and they have not seen any success since.
And so they were the defending champions.
Yeah. Yeah, he pretty much just killed that dynasty right there after 2007.
What's the best version of LeBron, Justo says? I mean, to me, it depends on what you're asking. If you're just talking about impact and athleticism and stuff like that, I think everybody will probably say Miami. But I do feel like 2018 in Cleveland, even though they didn't win, I felt like that was LeBron's. The best version of LeBron to me was the second stint of Cleveland. I feel like his physical game and his mental game met at the top, and he's basically him playing chess out there from the time that LeBron played again in Cleveland. he's just been playing chess. He hasn't really had no competition as far as opposition go. He knows the game so well. It's just a make or miss league for him now at this point.
Yeah. The best version of LeBron, I mean, you can look at LeBron's career and you can say like there are 4 or 5 different parts just because he's been with Cleveland twice, Miami, and then he was with the Lakers. You could also split his Laker time in 10 years as well. It's either Miami or Cleveland. Miami, he won 2 MVPs again. He was the best player, no question. Every year the Heat went to a title or went to the title game, didn't win, but almost won it or won twice.
Yeah.
Cleveland, of course, coming back from 3-1. And then in 2017/2018, that was a really bad Cavs team after Kyrie leaves. He still leaves in the finals. He scores, 51 points in game
The first game, yeah.
Wasn't for J.R. Smith. Now putting it back. And you also have to look at the 2017 team. If Kevin Durant's not wide open for that 3 in game 3, maybe that series goes longer than 5. It probably goes to 6 or 7. I would have to
the fact that KD went to the Golden State Warriors is because of LeBron.
Yeah.
To me, in my eyes.
Mm-hmm. It was pretty much game over when Durant went to Golden State. And if you've seen what the NBA has done since with the rules, like they've basically outlawed the big 4, I guess. You can tilt that
from that happening again.
3,
yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. They don't want to see that happening again.
Yeah, just look at what happens with Phoenix right now. They're pretty much stuck with that big 3 or big 4, and they pretty much don't have much of a bench really, or outside of those top 4. But I would have to say Miami, just because he was the best player in the league. Again, 2 MVPs. I mean, from 2011 to 2014, they were talking about Miami constantly, and nowadays they barely talk about Miami. They're making the play-in game and then maybe making a run, but not altogether winning it. So.
Last on our NBA news from NBA Twitter, Doc Rivers doesn't understand why the Lakers fired Darvin Ham. Now, the Lakers just went into Milwaukee the other night, got a big comeback win in their 3rd game in the exhibition. This was a revenge game, possibly for Darvin Ham, going up against his former team in the Lakers. We also had a little bit of friction between J.J. Redick and Doc Rivers. In this interview, Doc Rivers was basically saying that it was Darvin Ham who led the Lakers to the Western Conference Finals as well as the playoffs in the in-season tournament last year, and he doesn't understand for the life of him how the organization could part ways with Darvin Ham. What's your reaction to Doc Rivers saying that the Lakers made a mistake firing Darvin Ham, JJ? I know we don't have a lot to go off of on JJ Redick, but do you feel like the Lakers made a wrong move by not keeping Darvin?
Well, at first I was kind of shocked when they fired him because he was only there for 2 years.
Yeah.
And I understand why Doc Rivers is saying that, because I believe Darvin Ham is the assistant in Milwaukee, correct?
Yep.
So I can understand why Doc Rivers is saying that. But, I mean, again, with the Lakers, it's either title or bust, or even title contention where you at least make the conference finals. He made in his first year, didn't make in his second year. And if you don't have success, you're gone. I mean, even Vogel won a title. He was gone after 2 years later.
Yeah.
But you pretty much have to make the conference finals. So I kind of understand why the Lakers fired him. But I don't know if he was the reason why they made the conference finals. That was LeBron and Davis.
Thank you. That's my thing. You got LeBron James and Anthony Davis on your squad. Don't tell me a guy in Darvin Ham who knows nothing about lineup and adjustments is leading a team to a conference finals or something like that when you have LeBron and AD on your team. Man, please.
Yeah. I didn't even know much about Darvin Ham when he got hired. I know he played in the league for a few years, but he wasn't really – he was more of just a role player, honestly. So he was on
the coaching staff of Milwaukee when they won the championship in 2021.
Yeah.
Or was that 21 or was it 20 something like that? Yeah. So that's how he got the Lakers job, was because he won the championship with Giannis. So that's why he got, you know how usually those assistant coaches of the winning team get their head coaching opportunity. So the Lakers was his, and it didn't work out. He wound up getting back with Milwaukee, this time under Doc Rivers, and he took Taurean Prince with him. Taurean Prince was playing for the Lakers last year. He's now in Milwaukee. But the Lakers did get the win the other night. They play twice a year because they're in different conferences. Both games will not be until March. So it'll be a minute before we get to see LeBron and AD versus Dame and Giannis and Doc Rivers and JJ Redick again. But very important that the Lakers got some type of win the other night. The first win for the Lakers as a team since April the 27th. The Lakers haven't won a game, period, since April. So finally snapped that streak. Justo says Doc got a lot of nerve when he got the Bucks job by accident when he's not even supposed to be there in the first place. Snapple fact. But it's all good because he can praise Darvin Ham all he wants. Darvin Ham is going to be the one that's going to take his job. When things go left in Milwaukee, they're going to get rid of Doc Rivers and they're going to replace him with Darvin Ham. So I just need Darvin Ham to keep that energy since he want to stick his big-ass nose in Lakers business.
Yeah, I mean, Adrian Griffin coached, 33 games, and they had a top record.
Yes.
Fired, so.
Bronny James, let's talk about it. Lakers land here on the podcast. Seven Mitchell, JJ Peters. We are in the building. Shout out to all the supporters here at Lakerland. Make sure y'all follow our room here on Playback. Just a reminder, I told you guys there are going to be a couple of games that this room and Playback are going to be hosting, a couple classic games. You guys are going to have an opportunity to win free NBA League Pass access. This upcoming Monday, I'm actually hosting the first of 3 games. It's going to be Shaquille O'Neal's first game ever with the Lakers. I believe we're streaming this at Monday at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern here in this Playback room. All you guys got to do is just come into the live chat for about 5 minutes, and you'll automatically be entered to win the NBA League Pass access. So I think that's really dope that the partnership with Playback and the NBA trying to provide extra access to the fans. So come on over Monday evening. Hopefully you guys can win access and rock out with us as we get prepared for the Lakers games this upcoming season. If you guys not winners, don't worry. I still got VIPs. We still got the VIPs for you guys to watch the games with us, so that's not going anywhere. But we're giving an extra opportunity for you guys to have the league pass on your own time without Playback. So make sure y'all come kick it with me on Monday for Shaq's first game with the Lakers. Let's talk about Bronny James. JJ, do you have a report card grade for this first 3 games for this preseason experience of Bronny James? From whatever you know, what report card grade would you be giving this young boy at this point?
Well, right now, I mean, again, I think he's being rushed. He shouldn't be playing right now. He needs to get more time to develop. I thought, again, he should have stayed in college 1 more year playing in the G League, but I understand what they're trying to do. But I mean, I hate to say it, but right now you have to give him unfortunately a D, just because he's only scored 2 points. I know he hasn't got a lot of playing, or he has gotten a lot of playing time, but just I don't think he's in the right situation. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to give him a D for a report card.
You actually, I mean, a D is passing in my school when I went to school. So you're actually giving Bronny James a passing grade for what we've seen in these first 3 games. For what reason? What are you seeing as far as potential, as far as promise? What are you giving him that he's not failing?
So again, it all comes down to the opportunity for James. Like, I think he shouldn't be playing right now, honestly. He shouldn't be playing. He's not ready. And I think he's getting thrust into something where, again, it just all comes down to he's not ready. So the reason why I'm giving him a pass, just because I think what we can see better from Bronny. I don't think they're giving him the right chances to succeed. I just don't think he's ready, but I'm just going to give him D just because of that, because I think he can be really good. It just needs more time to develop. He shouldn't be playing right now, in my opinion.
Let's go a little bit deeper, JJ. When you say Bronny James is not ready, does he not belong in the NBA, period? Or do you feel like he's just not ready to get out on the floor in real time right now? Which one is it?
I don't think he should be in the NBA right now. I think he should be in the G League or, again, in college somewhere where he can succeed more, because he got rushed. He shouldn't have been playing much all his freshman year. Should have transferred to somewhere where they could make him into a star, where he could be the guy, because he was a top recruit in high school, I want to say. I want to say he was a top 10 or top 20, and it wasn't just because his last name was James. I think it was just because of the health scare, and then you come out and you rush him. I understand LeBron doesn't have much time left, but I just don't think he does it. I don't think he's should be in the NBA currently.
Yeah. All right, Lakers land. Y'all let us know what y'all think. Does Bronny James belong in the NBA right now? JJ says not right now. He doesn't belong like out on the floor. He looks lost. He looks lost in the sauce.
Yeah, he does.
The NBA GMs earlier this week, JJ, I don't have the article to pull up, but they voted on which new coach will have the most impact this season. You had guys like JB Bickerstaff, you had Kenny Atkinson, you had Mike Budenholzer from Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
JJ Redick, they actually has JJ Redick last of all of the new coaches that's going to have impact this season. Like points or like a 7%, I think. They gave him 7% chance of having any impact as a first-year head coach with the Lakers. They gave other guys like PJ Bickerstaff, who just got fired from Cleveland and now coaches Detroit, who had the worst record, I believe, last year.
Mm-hmm.
They gave him like a 21% chance of having impact this season. 3 times more the impact that they project JJ Redick to have. Do you agree or disagree with the NBA GM saying that JJ will probably have the worst season as a head coach for all the newcomers?
I don't think he will, so I would disagree. I understand why they're saying Budenholzer would be one just because he's with the Suns, and I think the Suns can't have a worse season than they did last year. I guess they could, but I don't think they're going to. But the one thing that really shocked, or the two things that shocked me, is they had Charles Lee and Jordy Fernandez above JJ Redick.
Yes, you've seen it. Blew my mind.
I mean, I guess it can't get any worse. But it can get worse for both the Nets and the Hornets. And it can't get worse for the Pistons, but like, I was kind of surprised on that. I think maybe 3, but maybe even 2, because Budenholzer 1 makes more sense. But to have him lower than Jordy Fernandez and Charles Lee, who are probably both going to be having top 5 picks next year and possibly could get fired if things don't go well. Like,
and it's not even just those individuals that I'm questioning that they put above JJ. It's the teams they coach. Yeah. What the hell has Charlotte got going on? What the hell does Brooklyn got going on that you think that they are going to have more impact in wins and losses this season than the Lakers? It's ridiculous to me.
And I guess maybe the one thing is they think that Brooklyn can somehow not lose 60 games maybe, and because no one's expecting much from Brooklyn, they might win 30 games maybe. But Brooklyn is projected to have a top pick and might just end up taking Cooper Flagg next year. So
yeah, okay,
I don't understand that part. And maybe with Charles Lee, because he was an assistant in Boston for a long time, won a title there, was a big reason, or was a I think it's I'm trying to remember the Celtic. Joe Mazzulla was a huge fan of him, so maybe that's why. And I think LaMelo Ball will be healthy for once, and Brandon Miller will become an elite forward or an elite big man. But I'm kind of shocked. I disagree with that. Maybe 2 or 3, but not number 6, because I guess there's 6 new coaches this year. But not under Charles Lee or Jordy Fernandez.
So disrespectful. This was one of the most disrespectful things I saw this weekend in Lakers land. As far as challenges that JJ Redick is going to face, I originally wanted us to list 5 of the biggest challenges for JJ Redick, but let's just go with 1. What, in your opinion, JJ, what is Coach Redick's biggest challenge going to be this upcoming season coaching the Lakers?
Well, there's a few with JJ Redick and the Lakers. I think number 1, of course, will be experience. He's not really coached, and that's another reason I think people have their doubts. Can he coach LeBron? Can he coach Anthony Davis? Can he do certain things like that? I know Darvin Ham. I think he's a better fit than Darvin Ham, but I just think the experience is one. Can he coach? What's he going to do? I know he was in the NBA for 15 years. He had a podcast. He was one of the big guys at ESPN. He did that for a few years. I mean, he did a podcast with LeBron, but I just think right now experience and what type of game plan is he going to do? That's another thing that you have to think about. And what's the rotation, stuff like that. But I think I think it's obviously experience with JJ Redick.
So JJ is going with experience being the biggest challenge for Coach Redick. I'm going to say adjusting is going to be the biggest challenge for JJ Redick. It's going to have to be a lot of adjusting this season. I believe when things start to go bad, I believe you could see different attitude and behavior in LeBron James and in Anthony Davis. Will JJ Redick be able to isolate being a friend versus being a coach? Will he be able to manage all of these egos and personalities that this team is going to have, young and old? And with the team not really being full suited as far as availability go, there's a lot of plugging in and plugging out when we talk about the lineups that JJ Redick is going to have to deal with. Now, fortunately for the Lakers, I feel he's a much better playbook X's and O's guy than Darvin Ham. So could you imagine Darvin Ham having to deal with the lineups of this roster with these guys being hurt? It would be a nightmare. You really couldn't even expect any win in the first maybe couple weeks for the Lakers in the regular season. So I do feel like JJ Redick is more creative from standpoint of playbook, X's and O's and things of that nature. I think he'll be outside of the box when it comes to his creativity, but just adjusting to all of the things that could go wrong and probably will go wrong this season, I think is going to be JJ's biggest challenge because, like you said, the experience, he's never been through it before.
Yeah. I mean, we saw how smart JJ Redick is firsthand on this podcast. Like, we were kind of shocked. I was shocked by how much he knew and what he talked about and stuff like that.
Yep.
But yeah, that's another thing too that I think is going to be a big thing for Redick.
Justo wanted to know, who do we have winning the championship this year? Interesting question from Justo, because that kind of leads into my next question for you here on the Lakers Land podcast. I wanted to talk about 2025 predictions. Well, first of all, let's answer Justo's question. Who are your finals predictions, Eastern Conference and Western Conference?
I think the East right now, it's Boston is the favorite. I don't know if anybody can beat them right now. I know the Knicks just got Karl Anthony Towns. I think Cleveland's going to be better. Orlando is definitely getting up there. It's kind of surprising to say that, but they're rising. But at the end of the day, I don't think anybody's better than Boston right now. And Boston has a lot of experience too. Ever since Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown teamed up, they've had a lot of success. So I don't know if anybody can really beat Boston. In the West, that's a lot tougher because I think Denver will be better next year. We'll see how good Minnesota is with the loss of Karl Anthony Towns. Will Anthony Edwards get better? You have a few other teams. I think the Lakers are going to be better, of course. I think the Warriors are not going to be great next year. Dallas, of course, with Klay Thompson. We'll see how that works.
Yep.
But I'm probably going to say Denver and Boston right now. And at the end of the day, Boston's probably going to win it. 6 games, I'll say, back to back.
So Russell Westbrook could potentially go back to the finals, this time under Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets. Unbelievable. I'm going to go with Justo. I agree. Boston seems to be or should be the heavy favorite still in the Eastern Conference. I know Paul George went to Philly to join Maxey and Joel Embiid. There's going to be some excitement over there in the Eastern Conference, but, like JJ said, in the 7-game series, the game slows down. You get to really study your opposition. You're going to know their flaws. Boston should be favored to go back to the East and go back to the finals representing the East. For the West, I mean, I'm never going to put nobody above the Lakers until it's that. So I'm going to go Lakers versus Celtics, and I'm expecting the Lakers to finally get title 18. They can't afford to go 2 down to Boston when we talk about this title race. So in my fantasy world, even though I know my team has no shot of being competitive for an NBA title, I can't disrespect my Lakers and pick another team in the West to go. So Lakers versus Celtics.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're talking about. Oh, sorry. I'll say one more thing.
Oh no, that's it.
I forget about Philly. With what they did with signing Paul George, and Embiid's now signed. Maxey's got a big contract. They signed the guy with France. I can't remember his name now.
The guy who he went crazy against Team USA, and they got Nick Nurse as the head coach.
Yeah, and what they did in the offseason, they got Eric Gordon, Andre Drummond, got a bunch of players. And then I forget about too with Denver. The one thing that Denver's problem, of course, is the depth. They got Russell Westbrook. They got a bunch of other guys, but that's one concern I would have for Denver. But yeah, we forget about Philly, and I think Philly is going to be better. I just don't know. I don't think they can take down Boston. At the end of the day, Boston is the team of the East to beat.
All right, Lakers land. Next up here on the podcast, I want to highlight one particular player and just get our thoughts and opinions on him. Austin Reaves for the Los Angeles Lakers. What's your thoughts, JJ, on Austin Reaves from the standpoint of when we talk about impact? How much impact do you project Austin Reaves to have on this team? And could Austin Reaves be the one guy to step up to be the third best player on the team?
He could, and we've seen glimpses of that, especially last year. But he was a bit inconsistent too, similar to D'Angelo Russell. That's a kind of a problem I have with Reaves. But outside of LeBron and Davis, I think it goes to Austin Reaves. He was just, again, the concern with him last year was the inconsistencies. It wasn't quite like D'Angelo Russell where he would have 30 points one night and then like 10 points the next night, or he'd have 20 and then not score. I think with Reaves, it's got to be consistency. I mean, and of course, scoring isn't really necessarily his job, but if he could score 20 or 25, that's going to be tough, especially with Bron and Davis. But if he scores 20 or 25, I got a good thing going.
Yeah, I've always liked Austin Reaves, especially being an undrafted player. He showed that he got a lot of heart. He's played big in certain moments when it's been needed for the Lakers. I like his upside. There's definitely some things in his game that needs to be worked on, defense especially. Like Justo said in the live chat, I would like to see Austin Reaves facilitate a little bit more this season. Not so much to the expense of D'Angelo Russell, but I just feel like Austin Reaves has good court vision, and I think his passing ability should be displayed. I think it'll be a plus for the Lakers. He has value if you're talking about trading somebody for the Lakers to get a big man or to get better. Right now the main names are D'Lo and Rui. But, Austin has value, but I don't believe that the organization would be willing to part ways with Austin Reaves. He would be the last guy that they would trade outside of LeBron and AD if they had their choice. I think they really do believe in Austin Reaves. I believe LeBron definitely believes in Austin Reaves and like to play with Austin. So he is definitely the future, the present. I just think his overall game just needs improvement, offense and defense especially. But I like him.
Yeah, and I think right now with one question too about the Lakers is who's playing the five? Is it Anthony Davis, or is he going to play the four? I mean, that's kind of the question I have right now. And if you both have Russell and Reeves starting, do you have Hachimura at the 3, and then you have LeBron at the 4 and Davis at the 5, or is it putting LeBron at the 3, Davis at the 4, and someone else at the 5? That's kind of my question for the Lakers this season.
I agree. All right, we about to get up out of here in a couple minutes. That's pretty much all of the Lakers talk that we had. Let's play a little game real quick while we got about 5 minutes left. Let me try to pull this up. Let's get a little bit of NBA Jeopardy on. Let's test out knowledge of this game. I'm not sure how the setup's supposed to work, JJ, so you gotta forgive me if I do get this wrong. I'm doing a little test run. We're going to figure this out because what I plan on doing is having a couple content creators. You'll definitely get an invite yourself. I'm going to have a couple YouTube content creators come up and join me here on Playback, and we're going to get a real official game of NBA Jeopardy going on. So it should be pretty exciting once I can figure it out. But let's see what we got here. I'm going to represent Team 1. JJ is going to represent Team 2. I think I already started. Yeah, I think we already started on this. It was me and somebody else. So let's continue on. Let's just see what we can do. Let's see if we can get one round out of here. I'm going to go first, JJ. I'm going to go with teams for 3,000.
Okay.
Georgia. This is crazy because I would think that what the question would be. So we're gonna have to pick another one. So let me see what the answer was so I can figure this out. Atlanta. Okay, that doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
All right, so let me try again. Let me go for players for 3,000. How many players have scored a triple double?
Is that how many players have scored
I'm gonna say
on a game or a season or
I mean, I guess in a just
time?
I'm assuming in a game, in a regular season game, how many players have recorded a triple double in the NBA in history? It's a weird ass question. I'm gonna say under 100. Do you think it's under 100 or over 100?
I think it's over 100. That might sound crazy, but I say over 100.
You say it's over. You say over 100. I'm gonna say under 100.
Oh wow,
How many players have scored a triple? 29. 29. Wow.
Okay.
Wow. All right. So give me my 4,000. All right, JJ, pick your next category. G, it's on you.
All right, let's go nicknames for 2,000. Alien. Oh,
Alien. Who's the alien?
That's got to be Wemby.
That's who?
Yeah, that's got to be Wemby.
I don't know if this is Wemby. I don't know how old this one is, how old this game is. Let's see. Wembanyama.
That's what I thought.
That's a fact. You got it. All right. I'm going to go with facts for 1,000. Who is the shortest NBA player? It's got to be Muggsy Bogues.
Yeah.
You going with Muggsy?
Yeah, he's what, 5'3"?
Yeah, I'm going with Muggsy. Let's see.
Yeah.
Muggsy Bogues, 4,000. All right, it's on you.
Let's go players for 4,000. Scored the most
Who
points.
scored the most points in a finals game?
It's got to be Wilt.
I'm going to say I think it's LeBron James. You say it's Wilt Chamberlain?
It's got to be Wilt Chamberlain, yeah.
I say LeBron.
Elgin Baylor.
Elgin Baylor. Wow.
Completely forgot about that. Wow. Okay.
Yep. All right. So JJ and I, we're going to go first one to 10,000 wins. All right. So let's go with players for 2,000. How many MVPs, including finals MVPs, does Kareem Abdul-Jabbar have? I'm going with 3.
I think he's got 6 league MVPs and he's got 2 finals. So I'm going to go 8.
Damn, he hit that shit right on the head too. Wow.
Yeah, because he's got the most MVPs all time. So, and he's won 2. The other ones I think were Magic.
I am a pathetic Lakers fan. All right, JJ, you up 1. This next one is up on. It's on you.
Let's see. Let's go facts for 4,000.
Facts for 4,000. Who was the lightest NBA player ever? Are we talking light skin or we talking weight? Like, this is crazy.
I would think.
Who was the lightest NBA player ever?
Well, we could go. Muggsy Bogues is only 5'3", so I don't think he was that heavy. He was probably pretty light. I mean, Wemby's pretty light, but he can't be lighter than Muggsy Bogues. I'm gonna say Muggsy Bogues.
You say Muggsy, I'm gonna say Spud Webb.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
If it is Muggsy, JJ wins. Spud Webb.
That's a good one. Yeah, much better than my answer.
Okay. All right, now.
Game right here.
Court of drama. It is right here. Hopefully, J.R. Smith don't fuck my shit up. All right, let's go with nicknames for 3,000. Cookie Monster.
Yeah.
I haven't. Wait a minute. I'm gonna say I feel like that's one of the Knicks. Anthony Mason. I'm gonna say Anthony Mason. Who's your pick for Cookie Monster?
I'm gonna say R.I.P. It's gotta be Mutombo, right?
Think it's Mutombo?
Yeah.
I say Anthony Mason. JJ says Mutombo. Justo, you gotta pick before I select this one. This might be the last one. I should have included Justo in this from the jump. I apologize, Justo, one of our moderators here on Lakers Land. Cookie Monster. Justo says Mutombo. JJ says Mutombo. I feel like it's Anthony Mason from the Knicks.
Jokic.
Nikola Jokic?
When was he called Cookie Monster? I don't remember that.
I never heard that. Yeah.
I know, like the celebrity meme tweets or whatever. They had Mutombo as sounded like Cookie Monster or whatever. That's all I remember.
Oh, really? All right, who is it on? Is it on me or you, JJ?
I think it's mine because you had what nicknames for? Was it 3,000 last?
Yeah, I just went nickname for 3. Yeah, so it's on you. It's on you. You going for the win?
Got 6,000. I need at least 4,000. Yeah, let's go. Let's go teams for 4,000.
This is it. All right, teams for 4,000. Michigan.
Got to be the Detroit Pistons, right?
Detroit. See, I don't know when they do this. Are they asking for city or not? That's why I didn't like when I selected team because it didn't make sense to me. You said Detroit.
Yeah, because I think there was it said Georgia and said Atlanta, right?
Yeah. So let's see. Detroit Pistons, and you hit it right on the head too. So I guess it's the state, and then you got to pick the team.
Okay.
Damn! Look at your boy. He come back at the buzzer and win. JJ at the buzzer with the Pistons.
The one that really threw me off again is Cookie Monster. Like I had never heard of Jokic being called
Nikola Jokic, right?
It's just Jokic.
Maybe he was on Sesame Street. Maybe he was on Sesame Street one day, and that's crazy. Wow, we're gonna have to run this back. I'm gonna have to figure out this Jeopardy game. I might have to create my own Lakers Jeopardy game. I might do that. I might just have to create a template and plug in a lot of Lakers stuff. I think that might be dope. So, just a little something to consider. All right, guys, we are out of here. The Lakers Land podcast with Seven Mitchell and special guest JJ Peters of Sportstown is officially in the books. Appreciate all you guys that's going to check us out on the replay. Also, the podcast is available on all your listening platforms, wherever you like to check out your podcast. Shout out to our moderator, Justo, of the Lakers Land platform. Make sure that you guys follow the Rim and Playback, and make sure, of course, Monday that you come check us out, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern. I believe the game starts for Shaquille O'Neal's first ever Lakers game. We got the special giveaway for the NBA League Pass. So just come on in, kick it with us for a couple minutes. You'll automatically be entered. JJ, any final thoughts, anything you want to plug, or just, again, let the people know where to follow you at on social media before we get out of here?
Yeah, you can always, again, Sportstown Network. You can even look up Sportstown Podcast. You can pretty much get on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. If you're on Facebook, there's also there too. And then I still do a little podcast, which you can get like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that good stuff. Hopefully you heard me well. Hopefully my video and audio was fine. Unfortunately, I had something else planned, but it just didn't work out. So again, don't forget to check out. Again, you can go to my website. I do some blogs as well. I haven't done them in a while, but you can always check that out. And then, of course, I have a store as well, so you can buy merch. So thanks again.
No doubt, man. Always, man. This is my dog. He's always been official. Like I told y'all, he puts the work in. So make sure that y'all go over to Sportstown and subscribe. His YouTube channel, again, is pinned in the live chat. We're going to do whatever we got to do to get JJ to come on over to Playback. So get in his comment section. We're going to force him to create a Playback channel so we can get some of his good content over here on this platform as well, because he do his thing when it comes to all sports. So make sure that y'all follow my brother JJ. I'm Seven Mitchell with the Lakers Land Show. Y'all know how I do. I might go live again later on tonight, but if not, catch you guys in the morning. Y'all know how I do, so stay safe. Enjoy the weekend. Justo, appreciate you coming through as always. with your thoughts and opinions on our Lakers. Catch y'all on the next show. JJ, appreciate you, brother. I'll hit you up on Instagram in a few.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you. Have a good one.
Peace, everybody. Y'all be safe. We out. For all the latest news and debates on the Los Angeles Lakers, be sure to subscribe here to the Lakers Land platform.